Ah, vanilla. What's your favorite scary movie? What's going on, everybody? So I just did an unboxing of these things, but I wanted to do a quick little review of my thoughts on the 25th collector's anniversary or collector's set Ghostface mask and the zombie edition of the Ghostface mask. So let's get into it. Starting off here, we have the 25th anniversary collector's set. This is one of the most one of the most recent releases we have of the collector set. Sorry about the glare from the lighting, but yeah, the packaging is super freaking cool on this. If you know anything about me, aside from just horror and my prop-nisms and cosplayisms, when collecting random shenanigans like this, I'm a sucker for packaging and stuff. So this is just super eye-catching. Big thing in the whole Ghostface Scream community, specifically with the 25th anniversary mask, is the blue ink stain that we've seen on the mask. Fortunately for mine, there doesn't seem to be any blue markings that I could see as of far, which is nice. Collector's edition comes with the Ghostface mask itself. Also comes with a plastic knife, which I don't believe is too screen accurate. Nevertheless, it is pretty cool. It all ties together with the collector set. The big thing with this is the shroud. Now, most of the Ghostface masks you can buy off the shelf that are just tagged, while they do have the overall hood to put over your head, you really want the whole shroud from the robe to get the proper look. This gives you that without having the whole robe and costume itself. Go ahead and take this out the box. As you can see, these masks are notorious for having the blue dots. Another cool fact about these masks, which I learned from Cosplay Chris's video, 25th anniversary mask, the previous runs of it were used in the production of Scream 5 and were also used on majority of the subway scenes for Scream 6. So this mask has somewhat a film lineage. Nevertheless, it's really cool. It's just something super cool that was used on film, and now to own something that has somewhat of a lineage on film. Obviously, these weren't the ones used on production. These were re-released later this year. But nevertheless, it is pretty cool. Looking at the mask, paint jobs seem decently enough. As we can see, for the most part, it seems really clean. It's a really clean build. And I'm really happy with it. The only thing I actually noticed now is along the edges. It looks like as if it was painted out the mold and then the eyepieces were cut out, which is fun. You know, it's something we could DIY fix up. I've seen that the shroud gets a bit of mixed reviews. I'm not saying this is the best shroud you could get on the market. Feeling it in hand, although it looks cool, and I really do appreciate them adding the sparkles and glitter effect on it, it does look cool, and I appreciate them giving us a full shroud as opposed to the zombie mask, which you're going to see in a sec. Yeah, it's cool. It doesn't feel the best. It does feel pretty cheap, which I don't really like using that word, but when you do have these in hand and you feel it, it doesn't have that weight, that feel to it. But nevertheless, this mask is super good. As always, it's flexible, it's not plastic. Let's get to the zombie Ghostface mask. We have the zombie Ghostface mask. I have him on a mannequin. It is a bit misshapen. When I did get this in the mail, it was flat packed in like the envelopes. So it was a little bit squished in terms of transit. Also came with a cool little drawing that the seller did, which was nice. It's the little things like this. It's cool. It's cool. It's something that the seller didn't have to do. So thank you, Andrew, for hooking it up. I've been on the hunt for these for a bit of a minute. With the release of Scream 6 coming out, this is the closest representation, the closest mask we have to the age mask we see in the film. Now, this mask appears to be more of the recent release. I do know these originally came out back in 2010, 2011 for Scream 4 as a tie-in to the zombie stab Ghostface. But this appears to be more of the recent releases of the zombie mask. It has a little bit more of a darker, grayer overall tone. The mask back from 2010, 2011, it looks more like the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Kills. Before you rehaul it, it's super white and has splotchiness of yellow and cracks throughout it. That's pretty much how the 2010, 2011 zombie mask appears from my point of view. See, this mask is just super cool. It's really full of a lot of details. These masks are such a cool pickup. I'm on the hype train for Scream 6. I'm super excited. Nevertheless, let's go try these masks on, see how they look. This is gonna take a bit of reshaping to get right. This is gonna have the shroud, so it's gonna look the best. But let's get to it. Okay, so here we have the zombie Ghostface mask. You see, it looks really cool. I'm super happy. I'm super excited to try this thing on. So let's get to it. As you can see, the mask does seem to be reshaping a bit. Good idea of how this looks. 25th anniversary collector set mask. I actually did notice up close that the white does have a bit of sparkling on it, which I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Elastic on the inside. This also has the bib to cover it even more. What's your favorite scary movie? Eye mesh will need to be replaced because I can still see my eyes, which is looks very interesting. Almost forgot to give a close-up on the knife. As you can see, it's nothing too accurate, nothing too special. Cool piece that they added to the collector set. Not complaining. All right, ladies and gents, here we have the 25th anniversary mask. A little bit more of a close-up details. Again, as you can see, there's no blue spots on it that I've noticed at first glance. I did notice as we get closer to the stitching, and you can actually see on the white, there actually is a bit of glitter on the mask, which I do believe is from the fabric itself. Paint job of the nose is a little iffy, but it is pretty good. The eyes is where you really start to notice it, again, on the cutout areas here. You can see, but it's still really good. The mesh and eyes would definitely need replaced, as well as maybe the shroud. Nevertheless, great mask. If you could find it for a great price, I'd highly recommend picking it up. Close up on the zombie Ghostface mask. Again, it is a bit misshapen. I will fix that myself. But I actually do like the mesh a bit more on this one versus the 25th anniversary mask. But this thing looks really good, even though it is a bit flat. Details on this are just insane. We can get a close-up on here. And these are just insane. Very Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Kills vibes I get from this, which makes me want to rehaul this even more. This is a decent mask, guys. Decent mask. Great pickup. So I hope you guys had a great watch checking out this Scream mask review kind of discussion. I'm super happy with these pickups right here. Check you guys out on the next video.